I was at work last night. I'm a waitress. I was waiting on a couple, man and woman, presumably husband and wife. I bring them their drinks, and the woman says, I know who you're voting for, in like this sing-songy voice. And I look at her, because like, who have you been talking to? But also, I wasn't even really sure she was talking to me, because it was such an odd question. So I just walk away without saying anything. So I bring them their food. I come back to check on them to make sure they like everything. And the woman says, only a month left. I bet you're excited. And once again, I'm like, are you talking to me? Because there's no context here. Like, I don't know what she's talking about. So then they're paying their bill. The man pulls out his credit card to pay the bill, and then he says, hold on, I want to make sure I have cash because I want to tip you in cash. And I'm like, okay, thank you. And the woman says, only a month left until you don't have to pay taxes on tips anymore. And I'm like, okay, now I get what's going on here. So I kind of shrug it off, and I'm like, oh, well, to be honest, if Donald Trump wins, I have no confidence that he would ever influence Congress to introduce a bill to eliminate taxes on tips. And she says, oh, don't worry about that. He's going to get rid of all them anyway. And I'm like, the United States House of Representatives? So then she's like, oh yeah, he's going to get rid of all of them. He's going to restructure the entire government. And they haven't actually tipped me yet. So I'm just like, okay. So then she starts to look annoyed with me, and she says, you act like you want to pay taxes. And I'm like, I don't mind paying taxes as long as they're equitable and fairly proportionate to my income, and, I actually get something out of them. And I find it really odd to think that I would be coming into work, walking past the kitchen, walking past the chefs, the dishwashers, and they pay taxes and I don't. Like, how do you justify that? And then she says, don't question it. Do not question him. And I just stare at her because I'm like, what did you just say? And then she says, I think he has a plan. Just trust it. And then she gets up and they start to leave. Is this a cult?